You're finally here. The first dungeon you have the responsibility of clearing out. You made a name for yourself by killing cute animals and running small tasks for Mama Miyun or whoever needed you at the moment, and you were finally given big boy pants. It probably smells really bad in here, but it's glowy, it's exciting, it's thrilling, and it's literally the most boring dungeon of this game, but here we are anyways. Welcome to A Crap Guide to Sastasha. My biggest piece of advice for Sastasha is just don't. Avoid this dungeon at all costs. This dungeon is not worth your time, your food, your effort, just don't. I'd rather play the first room of the P dungeon over and over again for 15 minutes than do this dungeon another time. Oh, it's your first time? I'm so sorry. You first load in with some flying type Pokemon over there ready to be kicked. But there's also a room further over there with a super important note that you need to convey that super important information to your team effectively. Kill the very small group of enemies in this first long hallway. Tanks can just spam their AoEs, no one really cares here. Until you reach the Rainbow Swamps. Obliterate all these fireflies and clams ASAP until you find the pretty and glowy coral at the end of the most fragile zigzag of your life. Touch the appropriately colored coral and a totally not sus button for about 0.5 seconds. Then suddenly a wild electric cat thing appears behind you. Aw, Chopper, what a cute name. Just stand there and use your 2-button combos over and over again until it decides enough is enough and tries to zap everything around it. Just wait it out and go back in and kill it. After a very engaging fight, grab your cruddy loot and do your best to hold yourself together until you leave this oversimplified hellscape. Now we start to fight doggos and humanoids, and by humanoids I mostly mean rows and heres in bandanas that are definitely pirates. But before we start to feel bad for doggos is our first pirate target, Captain Madison, and his 2 side hosts. Luckily, this fight is also super easy, but don't expect to kill Madison because he runs away at half health. Come back and fight me for real, you coward! Up next is a square room with honestly more side rooms than I've seen in any other dungeon. But what matters is that there's more doggos and humanoids to kill here, so you're gonna beat them up, grab a key, open a door, beat up a big bad, grab that key, open a gate, and after a brisk run we see our man again, Captain Madison, with more side hoes. You player. This fight goes the same, but now with doggos giving you all their love. You get to show the doggos some love back, but our captain can't say the same because he runs away again. Come on, just fight me, you! And now we start to see the end. Finally. This dungeon is only like 10 to 15 minutes long, but somehow it's always too long. You know? More fighting ensues, kill the pirates, don't run into stones, stick to the left side of the room, and it's finally time for the last boss, which is a lizard thing surrounded by grates in a cave? Whatever, we know the drill at this point. Just stand there and use the same 2 buttons you've been using for this entire dungeon until it's finally time to leave. Thank God. Say your polite GGs, calm your favorite person in the room, then proceed to bang our heads against the wall from having to do this dungeon for the 50th time. But it was someone else's first time, so it was worth it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. This is my first video on this channel, so I'd really appreciate it. Tank responsibly and take it easy, y'all. Until next time.